There's not going to be a normal episode, maybe for a small while. Oh, Royal! Oh, what a play by Royal! What a man! I can't continue playing these games. I literally cannot play the games in this series. Come on, Marshall! That's it, down the sideline! And the reason that I have that problem is because of my internet. And Marshall gets it, touchdown! Let's go! 14-10. This is a I'm sorry to you, and I'm explaining to you why I have to stop this series for a while. Brandon Marshall's career draft is back! Like Gandalf, I fought the internet, Balrog, and came out on top, returning as the same Beardmohbox with the same rubbish internet, but I do have a full new episode. I should give a quick disclaimer, the webcam feed isn't great. In all honesty, I wasn't expecting to be able to do a whole episode, and all that will be looking much better next week. On to the episode. So we are back. It's a little bit dark with the lighting and stuff. I know it's not perfect. I'm just having a quick go now, trying to see if this can work. The reason why I'm a little reserved now in my talking is because I haven't played the first game yet. My hope is that I will have done a better introduction, having played games if they are successful. But obviously, here's the team as we left it. It's been a long time. Probably 90% of the people watching this now are completely new to the series. So let's do a quick review. So this is Brandon Marshall's career draft. The way this works is we can only use players that Brandon Marshall has played with at some point in his career, and how we unlock those players I can explain into detail when it becomes relevant. But basically we get to unlock one new player for every touchdown that we score in a game. We do a dice roll at the end to see what position that will be, and then we do another dice roll to select the player within that group. Now if we score a touchdown with Marshall, we get to unlock players with an 80 overall or better. If it's with anybody else, it's just a new player and they have to be under an 80 overall. And that has scorned us in the past. For example, Eddie Royal we got because we hadn't got an 80 plus overall player, but we actually landed on, I think it was Eric Decker, who was an 80 overall, so we couldn't get him. And the way it works now, for example, Ryan Fitzpatrick has a better card out, Charles Clay has a better card out, things like that. We need to do certain challenges with those players to unlock the upgraded cards. So for example, I'll show you on the defense here. We have a BCA Mohamed Wilkerson. He needed to get 3 sacks to be unlocked, and a legend Champ Bailey, and we had the lower version of Champ Bailey to begin with. He had to get a certain number of interceptions to upgrade to the legend card, and here are the challenges as they stand right now. Matt Forte can be upgraded. He needs 6 touchdowns, he currently has 2. Brandon Marshall can be upgraded as well. He needs 20 touchdowns, currently has 5. Leonard Williams can be upgraded. He needs 3 sacks, currently has 2, so he just needs 1 more. Marcus Gilchrist can be upgraded to his team hero milestone version. It'll have to be because I have to buy the card. He already has 3 interceptions, which would be enough to upgrade him, but he got none of those when the card was out. So I think we'll do maybe 1 more interception with him, or a spectacular play of any kind. A big play from Marcus Gilchrist, we can upgrade him because he's already got 3 interceptions. Willie Young can be upgraded, and that's quite necessary because that makes him a right outside linebacker. He needs 3 sacks, currently has 0. Demario Davis can be upgraded to a team hero, I think it is. He needs 5 stops, and that is a tackle for a loss, a sack, a big hit, anything like that. 5 of those and he can be upgraded. Now we do play a 3-4, which means he does play a lot, but he doesn't play as often as maybe he should do to be able to help us get that. And Elvis Dumerville can be upgraded as well. He needs 3 sacks, also has 0. Now, a bunch of these guys maybe also have upgrades. I am aware of all the upgrades. I'm not going to miss them out. I maybe just haven't mentioned them now. Sean Smith, for example, I pointed at him down there. It's not where you're looking. Sean Smith has an upgrade. We can get him. I won't miss any of those out, but basically what I'll do is if anybody scores a touchdown, gets an interception, I will then check if they have an upgrade. Although I'm generally aware of most of them anyway, just to make sure we're not missing anyone out, but there's no point looking until they've done something. And now obviously this is a pretty decent team right now. Obviously it can be significantly better, almost fully elite this team when all the way upgraded. Right tackle's still a soft position. Our defensive line is still a little bit soft, but we've got Paul at defensive tackle, so what more do you need? But that's pretty much it. You can see a bunch of chemistries on the side, which hopefully we'll be able to upgrade, and that's 1 point with the chemistry. Something I've done whilst being away. We obviously have all jets, everything, that's the Brandon Marshall thing, but I was able to trade in 25 Mutt gears for a completely random NFL jersey. Obviously you know the promotion at the moment, and it happened to be a Dolphins jersey, which of course Brandon Marshall has played for the Dolphins, so I'm going to be using that now. It's got the chemistry types, none that match with anybody we have right now, but I think will match in the future. And let's see if we can actually play a game and get this series rolling again. Alright, so we found a game pretty well. I'm playing at a decent time. I'm plugged in with the Ethernet cable into my PlayStation. Let's see how it all works out. Pretty much we can always tell from the kick how good my connection is. If I can get it into between the bars, this might be okay. Now it has been forever since I've played online, so who knows, I mean, if tactics have changed, anything like that, I won't be aware of them. And there's Elvis Dumerville. Does that count as a sack? You know, for Dumerville, I only ever said he needed sacks. An interception might just count as a sack. Alright, so back to what we know. I play a pretty simple scheme here because it frees open Brandon Marshall pretty well. Not had many games with Matt Forte, and he gets absolutely nothing there on the ground. -2 yards. Let's see what it looks like he's looking for here. We've got Marshall there across the middle. Can he get into the end zone? Yes, he can. Touchdown. Back to the Brandon Marshall's career draft series. What a start to coming back. Kicking the field goal goes just okay. Still a little bit off there, but I'm just terrible at kicking. And what a start to the comeback here. I mean, maybe we'll still lose this game, but I'm just going to put it in anyway because I'm happy to have scored a touchdown. We'll continue to play safe here. I actually play, obviously, my franchise mode series, I play a 4-3, so a lot of these defensive formations and stuff, I'm not necessarily used to using the right players here. Oh, and that was broken up at the end. I was going to say that's definitely not the kind of play Marcus Gilchrist needs. We got maybe a chance for Demario Davis to get a sack here. Come on, Davis. Oh, and another incomplete pass. Break it up. I mean, I've not been doing much for these plays, but it's punt, but it took him a while to do that. So I'm going to go punt safe man because he certainly wasn't very quick on selecting the play. Yeah, there we go. Called it all the way. You know, if you're going to go for a fake punt, you can't take that long to select your play. We're basically back exactly where we were the last time. Let's try the exact same play that worked for us the last time. Oh, it was there again. We just didn't have enough time to throw it. We're going to go for the inside cross here because if you're new to this series, what you need to know is that Millard here is a bronze fullback and the best tight end on the team. But we get it off to Clay. Gets through that guy, fights all the way inside the 6. I say inside the 6 to the 6. Now remember, Brandon Marshall touchdowns is what we want here because a Brandon Marshall touchdown is an 80+ player. And a Brandon Marshall touchdown, end of the end zone, back to the series, back to 2 players to be added, 80+ overalls at the end of this game. Speaking slightly overconfidently, we might not win, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'll tell you what, we're going to play with Williams here. Williams still needs a sack to be upgraded to a significantly better card. Let's try and force the issue here. Well, it's not going to force it there. And there's Willie Young! Willie Young and Elvis Dumerville had never had sacks. Both of them need 3 sacks to be upgraded. Both of them get interceptions in this game. Now it is because he's playing, and I'm not surprised here. And by the way, a quit before halftime is another 80 rated player. I say that, he might not be quitting actually. Well, it gives me a chance now to talk a little bit. I was going to say Willie Young and Elvis Dumerville, and there we go. So we have a game. Right. So that was 2 touchdowns by Brandon Marshall, a quit before halftime. That's 3 new players, and all 3 of those players can be 80 rated overall or better. I'll quickly update the things here. We're going to count Young and Dumerville's interceptions as sacks because obviously, they're better than sacks. I just obviously didn't have them as categories because you don't expect them to get that. So they're both now 1 out of 3 to be upgraded. Brandon Marshall has another 2 touchdowns. He's 7 out of 20 to be upgraded. There was no big play there from Marcus Gilchrist, not big enough to be upgraded yet. And Fitzpatrick got 2 touchdowns. That's another 3 touchdowns for him to be upgraded. And that will be the best quarterback we can get. So that's another guy thrown off our chart. And now that we've played a game, I can explain in slight detail exactly how we unlock new players. Also, one more thing, as I was going through my list here of how many things people have, Sean Smith, like I said, hasn't upgraded. I think it's a flashback. And he already has 1 interception. He, like everybody else, needs 3. So 2 more interceptions from Sean Smith. We upgrade him. He then has the same chemistry as Champ Bailey does on that one. I mean, this is going to be an incredible team. It just kept getting better. Since I stopped playing, they kept releasing more and more great cards for this series. So this is how it works. We have a dice here, a virtual online dice. Should get a real life dice now, especially that I'm using a webcam. This is actually the first episode of Brandon Marshall's career draft using a webcam. But we have virtual dice, and thanks to the power of the internet, we have a 20-sided dice. As you can see, it's numbers 1 through 20 for the different positions. Now, for example, kicker and punter we have completed, so that bumps up to quarterback. but quarterback now with Ryan Fitzpatrick with technical. So it would just bump up continuously through. So left end we've completed, that bumps up to right end, which again we've completed, which bumps up to defensive tackle. Just works like that. I'd rather do it that way than just take it off and make it 19 sides, because it gives the ones we want the players from a slightly better chance, rather than giving them all an equal amount of tiny percent of extra chance. So 1 through 20, we roll the dice the first time, which we will do now. 20-sided dice, roll. 19. 19 is a strong safety, which is good. So we do already have a strong safety, Rashad Jones. However, one of my favorite defensive formations, the big dime, uses 2 strong safeties. 1 strong safety drops down as a middle linebacker, and we still have Calvin Pryor to unlock. So I'm going to go with this one. Technically, I could claim, oh, it pushes up, but we want Calvin Pryor. He's an elite card anyway, but it doesn't mean we get Calvin Pryor because there's still 3 other safeties in that group. And the potential players we can get are Chris Conte, who will be number 1, David Bruton, who will be number 2, and Calvin Pryor, who will be number 3. Now we go back to the dice, and we will have a 3-sided dice. And now to roll for this, we want Calvin Pryor because strong safety will be done. If we don't get him, strong safety stays in the rotation, and we have to wait even longer to get the better players. Rolling for that, and it's 2, so it's David Bruton. It's still nice because I can use that formation a little bit more now, but we obviously wanted Calvin Pryor there. It's a bit of a shame, but we get David Bruton. I'm not complaining. So back to 20 sides, rolling again. Result is 2, which is a running back, which is really good because we want Ricky Williams. Now we only have 2 players left, Reggie Bush and Ricky Williams. Reggie Bush upgrades anyway, Ricky Williams is the best we can get. Let's see if we can get Ricky Williams now and finish the running backs. 2-sided dice, 50-50 chance of getting Ricky Williams. 1 for Reggie Bush, 2 for Ricky Williams. We've gotten 2 twice in a row now, and it's 1, so we unlock Reggie Bush, who does have a nice upgrade, but we probably won't get it. We'll just keep Matt Forte there. Reggie Bush unlocked, not necessarily the best result, but we'll see. Maybe we can use him. I don't think so, though. Let's not lie. Final player. Back to the 20-sided dice. Rolling again. 5. That took its time. Number 5 is a tight end, so we already have a bunch of tight ends. Let's see if we can get Martellus Bennett, the best tight end. As a matter of fact, pretty much all of these tight ends are really good now. Anthony Fasano, Martellus Bennett, the last ones left that we want, because Fasano has a veterans card. Is that what they're called? Martellus Bennett has a whole bunch of upgrades of a whole different kind. Kellen Davis is the only one we don't want. So 3 sides on the dice. Kellen Davis number 1, Anthony Fasano number 2, Martellus Bennett number 3, and it's number 2, Anthony Fasano, still not exactly what we want. Probably won't use him outside of a backup role, but that's how the dice work. Sometimes they're kind to us, sometimes they give us just an incredible group, sometimes they do this to us. So there's 1 Fasano on the market, and it's the veterans one, so we can't unlock him right now, which isn't a problem because he's only going to be a backup. So that is the team upgraded there with Bruton at the 2nd strong safety spot, which is very good. Like I said, I like to play big dime, which means we have a decent guy there, although I don't like to play it that much because it takes Demario Davis out. We're still trying to upgrade him. Offensively, Reggie Bush is right at the bottom. Now, Reggie Bush does have a 91 upgrade. Now, we would have to go through his puzzle piece one first. And now I'm comparing Matt Forte's 90 rated flashback to Reggie Bush's 91 rated Thanksgiving card, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth it. Now the Thanksgiving card is nicer, it's got 92 speed instead of Forte's 87. None of them I don't think are better than Ricky Williams, or not significantly better. Ricky Williams will be the guy we end up with, so there's no point now not getting Matt Forte's upgrade, which are kind of close to, bothering fighting all the way through multiple upgrades for Reggie Bush just to replace them all with Ricky Williams in the end anyway. But this is our new team, missing a guy because we couldn't add him, but he would just be a backup. Millard here, by the way, is literally incredible. The 62 rated bronze fullback playing tight end has made more plays than any other tight end on this team. So again, we see our team, pretty nice, of course. We know who they are by now. His team, not bad, not amazing. We'll see what happens. What people new to this... So that was a little bit bad, but hopefully that was just me. What people new to this series won't realize is that when I started, I was playing with an entirely bronze team with only a trainer version of Brandon Marshall on the team. That was thinking about trying to win games to unlock more players with that team. So we're finding ourselves in a little 4-3 situation here. Never mind. Oh, Gilchrist, that was your touchdown. Your touchdown, that was your interception. I don't know the English language very well. So we're still trying to get these interceptions here with Demario Davis, actually. We're trying to get plays with Demario Davis. Come on, son. Switch to Williams here. Trying to get this sack with Williams, and we get the sack with Williams! Yes! Williams is going to be upgraded now too. That's a nice looking defensive line with those 2 defensive ends on it. I don't remember how good Williams' card gets when he's upgraded, but I know it's certainly better than what he's got now. Finally gets his sack. And then Smith with a second interception. This is incredible. One more interception till we upgrade Smith to his flashback. And if this is a quit, this is going to be a pretty good episode here because we're going to unlock a bunch of players. 2 interceptions. Williams completed. Your peer has conceded the game. What a comeback to Brandon Marshall's career draft. Incredible. We upgrade Williams. We unlock another new player. Have they changed online play since I left? Because my boys are killing it out there. Sean Smith, 1 interception away from upgrading to a very, very, very nice card. Alright, so I was going to add Leonard Williams now, see who the new player is, but what I'll just do is see who the new player is because it's going to take me a while. I have to clean up my items. I've got 1,200. Well, actually, right now I've got 1,199. I'm going to have to mess around with that, fill some sets, things like that. So we're just going to see who the new player is right now. So we go to the virtual dice, 20-sided, we know what's what, although I don't know what's what, I'm going to have to get up the thing that shows me. So let's see the position to begin with, and it's 20, which is a kicker punter. So the best punter we can get is Brett Kern, we have him. The best kicker we can get is Matt Prater, we have him, except we don't have him on the team. And he upgrades to definitely the best kicker we can get. So it ticks up to the next position, which is a quarterback. Now we don't have the best quarterback on the team, because Jay Cutler is technically the best quarterback, 77 rating, Fitzpatrick only a 75. Jay Cutler upgrades to an 86 rated team hero. Fitzpatrick upgrades to something like an 87 rated, so we do actually have the best quarterback on the team, which means we tick up again to the running back position, and there's only one running back we can get, and it's Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams is going to be on the team for the next episode. Our second legend on the team, and not the last one that's going to be on it. What an incredible episode to come back to. Disappointed by the first unlocks, then we have a quit before half time again, which gives us an 80+ rated player, and it's Ricky Williams. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're looking forward to more episodes. I will be making one every single week now, from now on. That is an absolute promise. Every single week, whether it means me having to go away from home to record it, whether it means me just uploading losing games of 20 frames per second gameplay, every single week there will be a new episode of Brandon Marshall's Career Draft. It's back for good.